Okay, welcome back to the fourth Liners podcast. It's been a little bit since we've uploaded. We had some technical difficulties last time we recorded. We've had a lot going on. It's been tough. Jake, you've had some stuff going on.
Oh yeah, so still in school. I graduated from college, but I was like, I want to stress myself out more, so I went back into university, and man, it's been a hassle, but we're approaching the end. It's gonna have more content out soon, so it's all good. It's all good. I'm alive. So
school was worth it though. A couple of days ago, you got to meet somebody from Sportsnet, or formerly from Sportsnet, because now he's moved on, right?
Yeah, he's actually the host of the Breakfast Television, and Sid from Tim and Sid. I didn't know that he was coming to our networking event, but as soon as I looked on right before, I was in his group for a breakout room, and he was giving us advice. He's like honestly a really humble guy, and he you can tell he's worked hard for where he started at the Score, and he's worked his way up, and he told him about the podcast and he loved the idea, so
we're gonna get him on.
We're gonna get him on eventually,
we're gonna get him on.
We gotta hope we get that big. Sid, we're calling you out, buddy.
Sid, tell me about what you think, dude. Come on, we need to know.
Sid has the honest truth, honestly. He's one of those guys in sports media that just says his honest opinion, and I love that.
If we could get one of his rants on here, I think that would be iconic.
We'd go viral if we had his rant.
Pipe dream.
maybe 300 views, right?
Yeah, maybe we had 300. Oh man,
that's a milestone.
All right, so we're continuing our pre-trade deadline talk. This week we've got the Eastern Division, full of fantastic teams and not so fantastic teams, e.g. the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, you can see a big difference between the other teams and the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, we actually, when we recorded this last week, and then we had some technical difficulties, but we had gotten about halfway through it, and we actually called the Palmieri trade to the Islanders. 100% called it.
We did.
100% called it.
They should just hire us by now. TSN, we can call the trades before they even happen.
I should work for a team.
You should.
I should work for a team. I should be like, hey, you know who we should get? Connor McDavid, and then be like, wow, that's a really good idea. And then
he might be a franchise player.
It could be a good player on our team. I'm not sure.
You can get McDavid and Draisaitl, and then
package deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palmieri.
Cap dump for Edmonton.
Exactly. Clears so much space for them.
Yeah, they'd have some. Maybe they could get the first overall pick. Turn their franchise around.
How many first overall picks would that be for Edmonton?
Like 6. Does Yakupov count?
Not yet. And Yakupov who?
Nail. I don't know.
Nail.
Oh. He's not even lighting it up in the KHL.
No, man. I don't know what happened with him.
I don't know dude. I mean, to be fair, it was a pretty weak draft. So
it was, honestly. I saw a stat yesterday that Austin Matthews has more goals than anybody from the 2012 draft.
I'm not surprised.
And Patrick Laine as well.
I'm not surprised.
No.
It was a bad draft.
The comparison between those two drafts are insane.
Nuts.
Yeah, Ryan Murray went second overall. Riley wasn't a bad pick.
Riley's probably the best pick in the top 5.
I think so. He'd probably go first now.
Yeah. Well, who else won that draft? I don't even know.
It's hard to tell who won that draft.
It could be another topic for another day.
Yeah.
We could break down a draft.
Go through the drafts. Why not?
Yeah. All right. So East Division, pre-trade deadline. We can start with the Buffalo Sabres.
All right, the Buffalo Sabres. I guess I'll go all the players on my list right now, and then move on to yours. I have, surprisingly, I know this is far-fetched, but I have Jack Eichel. I know that a team has to give a lot up for Jack Eichel. He was the runner-up to Connor McDavid, and you probably had to give up 3 first-round picks for him. But is that a crazy to think though that Jack Eichel will be not be there forever? Like, he's probably not happy of how the team's playing. He is injured right now, so he's not even experiencing the losses. But I think Jack Eichel can be traded.
I don't think they move him unless he explicitly asks.
Well, yeah, he controls the team.
Yeah, he's still young enough. I know that the New York Rangers have been like in and out of talks with Buffalo, but like I don't know how concrete the talks are because I don't know if Buffalo's serious about moving him. I mean, why would you? He's not old. Like he's still under 25, right? He's like what, 24?
Yeah, he's 23? Still pretty young. He just gets injured quite a bit. I just realized that like he's been injured quite a bit in his career, so maybe that's, he hasn't been talked about as much, I feel. And I don't know if he deserves the C. That's a bold statement that I'm making right now, but I don't think he deserves the C.
Who else deserves the C on Buffalo?
Taylor Hall.
Taylor Hall.
No, there's a guy I can see getting traded from the Buffalo Sabres.
100% getting traded, dude. 100%.
Yeah, no. He's so sick and tired of Buffalo right now. Like, that was such a terrible signing, like, for him. Not for Buffalo. Buffalo thought they were winning the cup.
Did you watch the behind-the-scenes footage that the Buffalo Sabres released back in the offseason? And it was all of, like, the trade deadline, or not the trade, the free agency.
I did see that. I did see that.
Wow, that aged like milk.
I'm pretty sure they said, we're not just getting a guy for a playoff contender. We're going to win the cup.
We're trying to win the cup. It's like, buddy.
By the look of the standings, you're kind of far from the cup right now.
I don't know about that. It's I don't know.
Kind of backfired on them.
I feel bad for Taylor Hall, man. The guy can just not get onto a good team. His whole career has just been bad news.
Like, if you think about it, look back at his track record where he's been on Edmonton. Edmonton's a decent team now, but like when he was on it, they were still a pretty shitty team. And then he went to New Jersey, which he won the Hart, but still was a bad team. Then Arizona, which they made the playoffs, but they didn't really go far. They were still considered not a top team. And now he's on the Buffalo Sabres.
Arizona.
He should
have stayed on. Like, Arizona's sick this year.
They got Phil the Thrill. Phil the Thrill and Taylor Hall on the same line. What do you think about that?
With Chikchurin on the point, who's been nasty, bro. I don't know. There's a lot of teams that could try and any team in playoff contention. I mean, everybody needs a winger like Taylor Hall. I mean, he's not having a great season in Buffalo. No, he's having a great season. He's not having a great season in Buffalo, but I feel like you could plug him into almost any lineup. There's rumors about him having a bad attitude, but I don't really think that's the case. I just think every team he's been on has been bad circumstances at the time.
It's hard to have a good attitude when you've been on a losing team so much. He's probably just so frustrated.
Incredibly frustrated.
Right? Like, I would not be happy if I was on the Buffalo Sabres, only won 9 games in the season, and they're predicting them to win the Stanley Cup.
It's crazy. I think a good landing spot for Taylor Hall, this is my personal opinion, I think the Florida Panthers would be a fantastic team for Taylor Hall to go to.
I would love that for the Florida Panthers. And, we just talked about this before the pod where they just made a trade for they traded Brett Conley and Riley Stillman and Henrik Borgstrom, I guess, to free up some cap space.
Yeah, freed up some cap space, yeah.
So I can see them doing that for Taylor Hall to take on an $8 million deal for 1 year and maybe freeing up some cap space for next year to sign him again.
Dude, you bring in Taylor Hall and all of a sudden you have a pretty good top 6 there. You've got Huberdeau, Barkov, or Hagee.
They're already leading their division too.
Yeah, Wenberg. I mean, you plug in a Taylor Hall and you instantly make any one of those top 2 lines better.
Man, if the Florida Panthers acquire Taylor Hall, they'll be lethal in the NHL. Like, the playoffs, they're going to destroy teams.
It's just about who they're going to have to give up.
That's the thing, too. Like, do they really have a lot of assets to do that?
I don't think Owen Tippett's available, but then again, I don't know how much you need to pay for Taylor Hall. I mean, maybe just a first, like their first. Just trade their first. Yeah, trade first.
They don't need them. They've already exceeded to be a good team. I mean, Aaron Ekblad's out right now, so that will make them struggle a bit. He's out for the rest of the season. I was sad about Aaron Ekblad. It's sad to see him go down, but it's gonna hurt them for sure. I could also see him going to either Boston. Boston's another team that I've heard in the rumors. I've also heard Toronto, but Dubas, it's a little hint. You want to get some Taylor Hall on the team. That could be that top six guy that you're looking for. But that's the problem with Toronto, though. Like, is he gonna want more minutes than he's gonna be given? So,
yeah, I don't know. Another team that I'd love to see Taylor Hall on is Minnesota.
Ooh, I never thought about that actually.
Minnesota this season is pretty nasty, but like every team in the league right now, cap room is such a problem.
And because of COVID right now, cap is a huge problem.
I don't know. Maybe if you're Minnesota, you send back one of your young defensemen. Well, I guess they're not that young anymore. Dumba and Brodin. I don't know if one of them is available. Would be available.
I think they were trying to trade Dumba last year.
They were, but it doesn't make sense now. It doesn't make sense to trade Dumba or Brodin. I think no. Taylor Hall isn't going to be that expensive unless there's a bidding war for him.
Yeah, like they're definitely there. I think there will be a bidding war for Taylor Hall. Like, if you think about it, like people are saying you really don't have to give up too much for Taylor Hall this year, as you normally would, right? So like a first round pick, a prospect, and maybe another pick. That could probably acquire Taylor Hall. And Buffalo will take it. I think they would. And then you mentioned Minnesota. That would be insane. And imagine them getting rid of a contract like Matt Zuccarello, who's making $6 million.
What are his stats like this season?
I think Zuccarello is doing pretty good.
He's got 22 points in 25 games, 6 goals, 16 assists.
Pretty good.
I feel like he's contributing to their success. And Buffalo's not going to take that back.
No, for sure. So I don't know. It's a big question for Taylor Hall. I also thought he was going to maybe go to the Islanders, but it looked like they got their guy in Palmieri. So you never know what's going to happen on the trade deadline day. A lot of surprises.
Here's what you could trade. You could send over like your first round pick and or a prospect, as well as like Marcus Johansson, who's making $4.5 million. Yeah. Buffalo retains on Taylor Hall's contract, and then boom, Taylor Hall fits.
Yeah, that's a pretty even trade, I think.
Yeah, and Johansson's on a 1 year, right? So Buffalo's not going to have
Johansson only has eight points in 20 games, so
yep, that's the guy you could send over for sure.
Yeah, I think so. And Johansson can perform, and he's performed on Washington, and he was pretty good on Washington. So you put him on a team to get good. I guess Buffalo. he just got out of the Buffalo for that Eric Stahl trade. Send him right back to the dark days in Buffalo.
I don't know, man.
I'd be so mad if they did that to me. Whoever gets traded to Buffalo is probably gonna get so mad. I would not want to.
I can't even imagine. I quit hockey right there.
I would want to be sent down to the taxi squad. Just
send me to the farm.
Yeah, just for my mental health reasons. Like,
get me out of here. Man. Oh my God. All right, yeah. Other than that, Buffalo's got a ton of smaller players as well that they could move out, like Deacon, Colin Miller. So I don't know. Buffalo could end up dumping a lot, but we'll have to see.
There's plenty of things that could happen.
The deadline's on the 12th, so that's only 4 days away.
Yeah, it's very soon. It's weird that it crept up. I didn't realize it was that soon, but how about we move on to another team where it's kind of interesting what's happening there. The Flyers. I think they're an interesting team right now.
Yeah.
Are they buyers or are they sellers or are they both? That's the thing.
They're in such a weird spot.
They are. They have 41 points. They're tied with the Rangers, but then Boston only has 46. If Boston goes on a losing streak, that's easy to come back from, right?
Yeah, like Philly's, they've been trending down. Like the past couple weeks have been struggle bus for Philly.
They have, and didn't they start the season off pretty strong as well?
On the back of Joel Farabee, dude.
Joel Farabee, he's nasty. Joel Farabee. I picked him up at the beginning for my fantasy league, but then kind of died down a bit. But I saw that move. He
started.
He got a hat trick. That's what
Game 1.
Yeah, Game 1. It's insane, but I don't know.
Speaking of hat tricks, off topic here, but I picked up Kevin Fiala 2 days ago.
No, you didn't.
I did.
How nice is that feeling that once you pick up a player and he gets a hat trick?
I'm a hockey genius.
I'll give you the rights to being a hockey genius. I
4-point night. I also picked up Phil. So
Phil the Thrill.
Yeah. Who
Man.
is there another Phil?
Hey, man. There's no cheeseburger Phil.
Hot dog Phil.
Yeah. Man, imagine having that nickname. I mean, he's probably adapted to that now.
Dude, that picture where he filled the cup up with hot dogs, that just sealed it right there.
He's just embracing it, honestly. I'd embrace it too.
He should. But yeah, Philly. Dude, so many big contracts in aging players.
Right?
Problematic.
Yeah, you have Claude Giroux. Is he expiring soon? He has like an $8 million deal.
One more year after this one. He's not the problem, man. It's Voracek, who's got 3 more years at 8.25 after this one. It's Kevin Hayes at 7.1 for infinity.
Kevin Hayes, I don't like that contract.
JVR is making $7 million. He's having a good season, but like, can he do this again? He makes $7 million for the next 2 years after this season.
Yeah,
you know, it's
like JVR. He has those big seasons, and then he dies down a bit as well. Like he doesn't have consistent, good seasons every year. I feel like when he got released to free agency from the Leafs, and then he joined the Flyers, he struggled a bit to find his way. But now, like this season, he's kind of starting to explode. And I'm looking at Voracek's points too. He's 35 in 35 games. He has 31 points, which is not bad.
Last time I looked at his stats, it was bad.
Yeah, so maybe he's improving, but you don't know. It's an expensive contract. He's getting older too in age.
That's a big contract, man.
He's 31.
It's a big contract for a player who, I don't know, like he's kind of an assist machine, but like at that kind of money, like Philly, I don't know. Like, is Giroux having a good year? Giroux's got 11 goals, 19 assists. Giroux's having a good year. Like they're having okay years. It's a little expensive.
But yeah, I really don't know what's going on there. Like with their season, like they're scratching guys like Travis Konechny some games, and they're scratching.
He's making 5.5.
Exactly. Like why would you scratch a guy that's making 5.5? And I think he's a pretty good player too. Like to scratch a player like that is shocking. Good. But then they also do other weird things where I get Carter Hart struggling, but to scratch him, like that's kind of extreme, I guess, to teach him, like I don't know, not to teach him a lesson, but to just like
save his confidence.
Yeah, save his confidence so he's not losing all the time. But honestly, I don't think scratching is the right idea. And then also you see them putting Gostisbehere on waivers, but he's back playing now on the team.
Yeah.
So what was that all about?
I have Gostisbehere's back now, eh?
Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, okay. I don't know. I'm trying to teach him a lesson, but the Philly, like they're totally strapped by the cap, right? They have $1 million in projected cap space right now, so there's no way anybody takes Kevin Hayes, JVR. I don't think they move Voracek or Giroux. And like all the other players, I mean, I wouldn't move any of these guys, and they don't have that much value anyways.
No.
They need a defenseman for sure. I read that Klingberg could be a target for them.
Imagine Klingberg and Provorov on the point there.
Provorov is nasty.
That'd be a hard defensive pair to get past, honestly. Yeah. Klingberg and Provorov. Like, is Provorov having a good season as well?
Well, I have him in fantasy, and he's been pretty good lately. I don't know. He's been a little bit less than what I expected, but still good.
But yeah,
he's only 24.
Sometimes, he's pretty young still, right? And sometimes, 21 points in 38 games. It's pretty decent. And also, like, some defense don't need to be like getting high points, and they could also be contributing to the team in different aspects, right? He's a +3, so he's not too bad.
He throws the body.
Yeah, exactly. That's like sometimes you just need that. You don't need the points necessarily. I like Provorov as a player, so
yeah, they definitely need another defenseman though. If they want to make a big splash and make a big push, it's going to be a defenseman
for sure. I know their coach. That's what he said. Their defense needs to improve if they're going to get better.
If anyone gets moved for Klingberg, it could be Morgan Frost.
That's a pretty good prospect to give up, and I think it's worth Klingberg. Is Klingberg getting there in age, or is he still pretty young?
He's like in his prime.
Okay, so that's perfect time to get him then. If you're trying to make a boost he's 28. Yeah, he's in his prime. 25 points in 36 games. and he's struggled. Like he's a -13 in Dallas, and Dallas has been struggling ever since they got hit with COVID.
Dallas is a dumpster fire.
Man, the other day I saw in Texas where the Texas baseball team they had 100% capacity with no mask required.
The Rangers, right?
Yeah, the Rangers.
I don't understand, but then again, I mean, 25% of the country is vaccinated, but still.
Yeah, it's still like great, but you just never know, like what's going on there. But yeah, like Dallas has been struggling, so maybe a change there would be good, and then maybe Morgan Frost could actually play in Dallas, and I can see that happening for sure.
Like you said, it's a big prospect to give up.
It is. Morgan Frost, he can be something in the NHL one day. I really feel that.
I totally will be.
Yeah.
It's, I honestly, I think Philly doesn't. I think Philly stands pat. It doesn't make a move. I think they just try and work through it.
Honestly, I could see that too because they're not too far from the playoffs. If they keep pushing and keep getting those wins, they could get it. It's just the problem is it's very tight in the East Division, and if you lose one game, you're gonna go down. Like it's you got to keep winning games to exceed in that division. I feel
100%. We'll see what happens with them.
Yep.
Who's next?
Let's go to the Rangers. I feel let's explore the Rangers a bit.
Rangers, yeah. So they're also involved in that really tight race in the East.
People are calling that they're making the playoffs.
I think they could. Man, they've been so hot lately. Ryan Strome's been unreal. Shesterkin's been fantastic.
Ryan Strome's underrated, I feel.
Here we go. Yeah, underrated.
Underrated. You see that little game I posted on the Instagram? Underrated or not? It's interesting to see. I put Zibanejad on there too. Zibanejad is an unreal centerman.
Yeah, 100%, man. Derek Brassard, though.
Yeah. Ottawa's scratching their heads. Man, they're not scratching. They're banging their heads like David Riddick did on the door. When they made
that trade, I was scratching my head. I'm like, what?
I know. Like, how did that make any sense? But the Rangers are laughing. They got Zibanejad, which is an insane guy. He gets 6 points in one night. Or one period, sorry. Not even one night, one period.
In 2 games.
Yep. He's in his prime, too. Big boy.
He's perfect for that team right now.
Oh, yeah. I can really see. I can see them making a simple trade, maybe, just to help out the team a bit. Maybe get some veterans in there. It's a lot of young guys on the team for sure, but they are struggling. They struggle some nights to get the wins, but when they're facing Buffalo, not really.
Not really, or Philly.
They seem to win against Philly. Oh, Philly, New York Rangers are Philly's worst nightmare. I don't get it. What Philly just does not perform when they play the Rangers.
The Rangers have $14 million in cap space.
Yeah, see, they have plenty of room to move. And
wait, hold on, what does this mean?
And
what is projected end of the season? Okay. No, I'm just cap friendly is confusing me. But
I get so confused with cap friendly. Not gonna lie.
So much cap space. More than over half their forwards are on entry level contracts. It's crazy, man. I could see them moving maybe like a Gorgiev if they want to get a veteran, because I think Shesterkin's the guy.
I think Gorgiev is up for grabs right now because they can actually get quite a bit for Gorgiev. He's still a young goaltender.
He's got high value.
He does have high value. He can perform. He can really perform. And yeah, you're right. Like you said, Gorgiev is going to be their guy, no doubt. They've already committed to that when they got rid of Lundqvist. Even
on defense, they got Adam Fox and Keandre Miller.
Man, those are two good guys.
Entry level contracts, and then they got big contract in Jacob Trouba, but he's just solid.
He is solid. He's a guy that they need.
Smith. Yeah, Brendan Smith is not a big point guy, but he's a positive player.
I think he's more a defensive defenseman, Brendan Smith. I like him.
If they could bring in another defenseman, I think that would really help them.
For sure, yeah, because they already have Kreider, Zibanejad, Buchnevich, Panarin, Artemi Panarin, the bread man.
Yeah, Strome,
Ryan
Lafreniere,
Strome, Lafreniere,
Howden. Yeah.
Capo Caco,
Yo,
Schittle,
Philip DiGiuseppe. He can only play for the New York Rangers, by the way.
DiGiuseppe. What a name.
Philip DiGiuseppe. All right, that's the most New York Ranger name I've ever heard.
Right? It must be Italian. It must be.
be.
It has to be.
Oh my god, dude! I find they have so many guys who often just fit the New York aesthetic.
Yeah,
like Tony D'Angelo. They had another guy in the minors. His name was Vinny Lettieri. It's like that's
I know
so
Vinny
New York
Lettieri.
Ranger.
Yeah.
That is so New York Ranger.
You gotta have a guy that fits the role there.
Yeah.
When you have Lafreniere, it sounds like he should be in Montreal, but I like Lafreniere. I like him, but he's not having the greatest year. But it's his first year in the NHL.
Is Kako not playing right now?
He is.
No, he's taxi squad.
Oh no, really?
On cap friendly, he is. Well, he's played 31 games. I mean, maybe I'm going.
Well, maybe they sent him down recently. I don't know. I could see that happening. Isn't he struggling? I think he's struggling this year.
I don't know. But with the Jack Eichel rumors, with the Rangers being in on it, I mean, they could fit the cap. And also, they have guys like Fox, Kako, Keandre Miller, Gorgiev. I mean, like, you give them the first. But in the modern NHL, is any player really worth 3 first-round picks plus blue-chip prospects? I don't think so. I think most teams would struggle with that if they were offered McDavid. It's like, here, give us your future and 2 blue chips for 1 guy. I mean, I don't think that ever is going to be an easy thing for a GM to pull off.
That's the thing. Like, 3 first-round picks, you're giving a lot of future up. And, like, what if that first-round picks ends up to be a Matthew Barzal, right? Where like
and they would totally want Kako or Miller or Kako and Miller, Kako and Fox. Like they would 100% want that as well.
For sure. But the only guy I see if they could really get Jack Eichel would be Capo Kako. The only team I think Buffalo would be really interested in. I mean, yeah, of course Lafreniere they'd be interested in, but like that they would never do that. Lafreniere is gonna be amazing.
Untouchable. Untouchable.
Yeah, he's gonna be their top player, no doubt. I know Vitaly Krastistov, or I might be butchering his name, but I know he's pretty decent as well. He's supposed to be a good prospect. He's playing on the 4th line right now.
Yeah.
They have a bright future, and honestly, if they added like maybe another guy like Colin Blackwell in the 2nd line, I don't know about that. But I could see them picking up another forward or defense, just another veteran on the team, just to show the young guys around a bit. Could really help them improve their game, I think.
Well, if they were to make a move this year, who could it be?
See, that's the question.
Available?
I've only imagined Jack Eichel, but I really don't know who they'd make the trade for. There's like Marlowe, maybe like some guy like that, that is not worth a lot, but you can get Marlowe's playing. Marlowe's actually almost he's almost at most games played in NHL history. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
I didn't
nuts.
I didn't think anyone would beat Gretzky, or it's not Gretzky, it's Gordie Howe, isn't it? It's Gordie Howe.
Games played, I think it's Howe.
It's Gordie Howe. Yeah, for sure. And
I don't know, maybe like an Iafallo or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like just a guy like that, right? A little older, you could show the young guys around and really help their game. Why not?
How old is Iafallo? 27. Yeah. Like a guy like Iafallo,
right? He's not
a rental.
He's not too old, but not too young, For sure.
Yeah, no, they definitely need a top 6, middle 6 piece to slot in, I think. Because, Colin Blackwell in the 2nd line, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but, right? That's probably hurting them a bit. No offense to Colin Blackwell, but...
Know your place, buddy.
You belong in the taxi squad. Go back to where you belong. You don't have a New York Rangers name.
Banished to the bottom 6.
In the slums of the New York Rangers.
Let's go across the river to the Devils.
Okay, now see, I saw an interesting trade for the Devils the other day. It involved who did it involve? It involved Jack Hughes, and who else did they have? Who's a high prospect on? And Nico Hischier for.
Oh, I saw this.
I saw this too. I don't know who it was on the receiving end.
Hischier Hughes for Eichel, and
Dahlin.
Okay, it's weird because I feel like both teams say no.
Yeah, it's like why does that trade make sense? do you need to do that? It's just like unnecessary. I think like Jack Hughes. I think he'll have a bright future in the Devils organization.
So will Hischier.
Exactly.
Hischier's
the captain. He just became captain.
Hischier better have years because I have 2 of his rookie cards. So please start piling.
So you gotta
up
raise
points,
that value,
buddy.
eh? Come on, Hischier. We're calling you out, buddy.
Pump it up, buddy. Pump it up.
First Swiss player to go first overall. Man, you gotta live up to your expectations.
Dude, I didn't even know I had 2 of his rookie cards. I was going through my stuff and filling out this book, and I pull out one Nico Hischier, and I'm like, okay, that's good. It's like a Young Guns. And then I'm going through and I pull out another one, and I'm like, what? I have 2 Nico Hischier Young Guns?
Man, hockey cards are actually like worth quite a bit. Like some of them, like you don't realize.
The market's exploded, man.
It's insane. Probably COVID too.
Yeah, that's why. I'm big on collecting right now. I'm trying to finish off a set right now. But,
that's pretty sweet.
I buy a lot of rainbows and a lot of sunset.
The rainbows. The rainbows are the ones, hey?
I'm a big fan of the rainbows. I collect a lot of Series 1 too. But yeah, I've got some pretty good rookie cards. I've got well, actually that's a lie. I don't have that many good rookie cards. I have Jake DeBrusk. I have Texier.
Oh, yeah.
I have two Hischiers.
Oh wow. Okay. Pretty good prospects.
I have somebody else too. I'm trying to remember who it is. I think I've Jean-Gabriel Pageau.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I have one more good one. I'm trying to think. It'll come back to me. Talk about the Devils.
Talk about the Devils. What is else is there to say about the Devils?
Palmieri's gone.
Palmieri's gone. So that's one of the big guys that you like. He could have gone to any team, honestly. But they also shipped Zajac, longtime New Jersey Devil, which I thought he was gonna retire as a Devil. I don't know, but maybe they're giving him a shot at the Cup.
Yeah,
right?
Islanders seem like a good team this year, so
they do, and people are actually calling them win the Stanley Cup. But they also have Ryan Murray and Dmitry Kulikov, so 2 defensemen that they're willing to give up. So if any playoff team wants, literally Ryan Murray has a really cheap contract, 4.6 for his player type. You know, former 2nd overall pick, and I'm pretty sure he performs. If he's on the right team. Dmitry Kulikov, a nice big boy, you know. He's 30. How old is he? He's in his 30s. You can use a nice veteran guy, you know. He can help out any team too that's trying to win the Cup. Anybody like that, you know, any older players with a little bit of value on them could honestly be snatched up by the New Jersey Devils because they want young, right? They know they're not a playoff team, so why not get some younger guys that you can develop?
Sammy Vatanen too. Sammy
Vatanen, yeah, for sure. And like I don't know, maybe Jake DeBrusk. I know that's like a little weird. They're in the same division, but he's up for grabs. Just any prospect, honestly.
Any team that needs guys to plug in.
Exactly. Yeah, for the Devils, I don't think there's much. Maybe just some getting rid of older guys.
Yeah, I think they keep guys like Bratt, Miles Wood, Janssen, and then they use them along with the youth movement they have there with Hughes and Hischier.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they grow with that.
They got Janssen from the Leafs, he's still a young guy. He's on a decent contract. It's a good guy to have there.
Maybe like a Wedgwood can get moved out, right?
Yeah. I could see Wedgwood going to a team who needs either a backup or a starting goaltender.
Nashville, Toronto, although is Jack Campbell the guy? Maybe.
I think Jack Soupy is definitely the guy there. Man, I watched that game. Was it last night? Yeah. No. The other night or whatever. Last night. I had my days mixed up. Just finished school. So, but yeah, Jack Campbell. I'm actually the Matthews and Martin are saying how proud of him, Jack Campbell, they are, and I'm honestly proud of him myself. Like he's struggled in his career so much. He's only played about like 70 to 80 games in his whole career that he's been around. He's 29 years old, and he's got the franchise record for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 10-0-0. How impressive is that, and how emotional would that be for him? He was crying in his interview, which you just love to see. It was a heartwarming moment, and I think that's their guy for when Freddie's out, honestly. And I don't know that I think that's their backup they can depend on, which they were looking for so long.
Taxi squad him for Wedgwood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Man, it's the Leafs. You never know, right? What they're gonna do.
I don't know. If Campbell's as good as everybody says he is, I mean, then maybe they don't need a guy like Wedgwood,
No, yeah, but he also has a good team in front of him, so I don't know if you agree with that.
The Leafs? Oh, of course. Just because I don't cheer for the Leafs doesn't mean I think they're bad.
So are they as good as the Canucks?
That's a loaded question.
That's a loaded question?
That's a loaded question. Their COVID per 60 stat is nowhere close.
So we're going to blame COVID.
Canucks.
We're going to blame COVID.
What?
Then. We're going to blame COVID.
No, COVID's an asset, dude. The COVID per 60.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
I got to get with the program. I need more coffee today. Haven't had enough.
No more slander, okay?
All right.
All right.
I
you
gotcha.
know who I'm picking to win the cup?
Who's your prediction?
Winnipeg Jets, baby.
Whew. Winnipeg Jets, eh? Man.
A Leaf fan and he knows who he is, okay? Said the other day that the Jets are an overrated team. What are you talking about, bro? That is one of the nastiest top sixes in the league. That's a Vezina goalie. That is Morrissey and Puink are pretty freaking good. I don't know.
They just got Dubois too, and he's hot right now. Dubois is hot on the Jets.
And I dropped him in fantasy, bro. I'm gonna cry.
Oof.
I'm gonna cry.
Oof. That's gotta hurt. And then they got like guys from their bottom six getting like 4-point nights, like Andrew Kopp, they have their veterans. I like their fourth line. It's a bunch of veterans: Matthew Perreault, Nate Thompson, Trevor Lewis,
Mason Appleton.
Yeah, right. Like, it's Mason Appleton. He's pretty decent as well. Like Adam Lowry. Like, I like their whole team, except maybe they could improve their defense.
Could add a defenseman.
Yes, for sure.
Totally. Anyways, that is the North Division, and we're talking about the East Division today.
Yeah, we're getting out of topic.
We were talking about the Islanders. So let's give them their own little segment here.
All right.
Anders Lee is gone for quite some time. Is it the whole year?
Yeah, torn ACL. He's done for the season.
Done.
Their captain's out. Man, having a captain out in the playoffs is probably not an ideal thing. But
yeah, I don't know. I know. Well, we had said they were looking for a top six forward, and they added with Palmieri, which is going to help them.
Man, which is pretty good. Their record's 25-10-4. They're already doing amazing.
Yeah, I definitely think that they have a legitimate shot to make it deep.
The Islanders are an interesting team. I find I feel like they don't have like superstars, but they make it work. And I don't know, maybe it's Lou Lamoriello making them shave their facial hair, or they're lighter on the ice or something.
Lighter on the ice, yeah, for sure.
Hey, did you see Palmieri? He's looking weird.
Yeah, I saw a tweet, and it was a picture of Palmieri with the shaved face, and then the tweet was, "I'm surprised Lamoriello let him keep the eyebrows."
I saw that.
Eyebrows.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah, get him waxed or whatever,
When it comes to the Islanders, Barzal is as superstar as you get. I mean,
right?
And Barzal's gross.
What a steal Barzal was. 15th overall. What a steal.
Steal.
Man, like their first lines: John Gabriel Pajot, Matthew Barzal, Jordan Eberle, and then their second lines: Anthony Bellivier, Brock Nelson, Oliver Wahlstrom, which is a nice rookie coming up. And then they add Josh Bailey, Travis Zajac, Kyle Palmieri, Cal Clutterbuck. And there's a guy that looks weird without a mustache. Yeah. Casey Zizekas, Matt Martin, and
Komarov.
Komarov, I think he's hurt right now.
According to this, he's not. But
I don't even see him on the lines here. But yeah, Komarov, I love Komarov.
Maybe he's not playing. Komarov's a good player.
Komarov's a little shit, but that's.
And then they got the rookie sensation Sorokin.
Yeah, he's 25-year-old rookie or 26 or whatever.
Yeah, even on defense, man, no superstars, just solid bro.
Yeah.
You got Nick Leddy, Ryan Pulock, the other Sebastian Aho.
Who's the better Sebastian Aho?
The one on Carolina?
Yeah. There's no question there.
They have Andy Green. Isn't this guy like 55?
Yeah, man, he looks like any normal dad. He like literally he probably has the dad bod too and everything, you know. But hey, that's okay. You need a dad on the team.
100%.
Helps
Matt
with the
Martin?
young guys. Matt Martin.
Matt Martin's like the dad that comes home and like hits you a little bit.
He looks like Brad Pitt. He literally looks like Brad Pitt to me. It can be his stunt double.
Maybe his brother Arm. Get it? Armpit? Okay.
Yeah. It took me a while, but I got it.
Yeah, the Islanders are sick. Palmieri makes them better. That team I think has a legitimate shot. I don't think they make any more moves.
For sure. Like there was talks about them getting Taylor Hall, but they obviously didn't go that route. They're gonna stick with Palmieri, it looks like, and they also got Zajac, which is a nice veteran on the team, and also like they have young guys like Noah Dobson, he's pretty solid as well. He's having a great season, Noah Dobson. Great young kid. They also have, there's one guy that's been mentioned in trade talks is Kiefer Bellows. So I don't know if he's struggled a bit. He's played for the team a little bit. He's not on the lines right now as I'm seeing. But he could be a guy that could be traded for another piece. I don't know who else they'd go for, but
maybe like a Foligno, Nick Foligno.
Man, imagine that. See, that's another guy that's like not a superstar, but he contributes to a team. He's a leader too.
Contributes in almost every single way. Can score, penalty kill, physical, leader. You know,
right?
Just
that's what they need.
Good player to have.
Guess who they have on their IR? Corey Schneider.
They have Corey Schneider on the IR.
They have Corey Schneider, yeah.
I see Rick DiPietro on their buyout history.
No, we don't want to talk about that. That's a dark going to the dark past for them.
Oh, they do have Corey Schneider on there.
Yeah,
wow.
Hey? They signed him to a cheap contract, I'm pretty sure. So, but yeah, no, I could see them going far in the playoffs. Actually, the New York
Islanders they're just deep, man.
Like, they are deep.
They're just deep everywhere with players who are just contributors.
Yeah. We can move on to the next team then. How about we go into the Penguins?
The Pens. Okay.
Pens. See this, the Penguins. I'm also a Penguins fan. I love the Penguins. I'm shocked that they're in the position that they are in. Like, I didn't think they're gonna do as well as they are.
The beginning of the year for them is bad.
Oh yeah.
And take it from somebody who picked Malkin in fantasy hockey. Okay.
Malkin's still out, isn't he?
Oh, and Letang. Yeah, he is.
Malkin's always been with that injury bug though, and he's insane, but he's always had that injury bug.
He skated yesterday.
So did he? So he's gonna come back soon then. But yeah,
I hope.
Their line is Jake Gensel, Sidney Crosby, Brian Rust. I picked up Rust in fantasy. He's pretty decent. Gets a lot of shots on net.
Yeah, I picked him up occasionally for that.
I like him. And then Zucker, McCann. Jared McCann's kind of excelled on that team as well. Evan Rodriguez, Zach Aston
Canucks legend,
Reese.
by the way.
Canucks legend. Is he 6? No. What was he, 15th or 6th overall pick?
McCann? No, he was taken like 24th.
Oh, okay. But yeah, they don't have like big names, but they're getting it done. I don't.
I mean, any team with Sidney Crosby has a chance, I think.
Right. Yeah, Sidney Crosby kind of makes a team. It's like Edmonton with McDavid and Draisaitl. If you have two big guns on the team,
he's having a sneaky huge year, Crosby. Like, nobody's talking about him. He's got 44 points in 38 games.
Man, people are saying he's gonna get it traded to Colorado. Why would you trade Crosby? That doesn't make sense.
What?
For Bowen Byram. 44 points in 38 games. He's above point per game.
Colorado fans are on something.
They that's what their dream is though. To get like Sidney Crosby. Man.
You have McKinnon.
You know, you have a Sidney Crosby on your team already.
You have McKinnon. Stop being greedy.
I know. McKinnon and Rantanen and Landeskog. And Mikhail Makar.
Cale Makar, Bowen Byram, Sam Girard, frickin' Philip Grubauer, the German phenom. Like, I don't understand. All right, I hate it when fans of like really superstar teams start saying, "Oh, we need this, we suck." It's like, stop.
What team goes, "We need Sidney Crosby," and it's easy to get him? Like, what?
Yeah, man, the Pens will take Bowen Byram and like your next 15 firsts. How about that? Yeah, that works.
Yeah, right. But it looks like Kapanen's on the IR too. So is Brandon Tanev, which Brandon Tanev, I actually like Brandon Tanev. I wasn't a big fan of the signing at first. I was like, does this make sense? He signed for a few years too. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like a 4-year deal. But he hits a lot. He's a guy he's a good player. He's a body on the team that they need. Kapanen's actually had a pretty decent season so far on the team as well. He's contributing. They have guys that I guess a lot of teams that don't want, like Evan Rodriguez. Like, does he fit into a team? But he's playing second line minutes on Pittsburgh. So is Jared McCann.
So they need. So Burke came out and said that they're looking for a center.
A center.
And guys that they're looking at. Scott Lawton, Mikael Granlund, and Luke Glendening.
I like those.
They
fit.
Yeah,
they all fit. Granlund would be so nice on Pittsburgh. They all fit the role on the team, I think. Like the Pittsburgh Penguins,
they need forward depth badly.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, it kind of drops off on their fourth line, and then their third line, it's not the best guys on there. It
drops off so quick.
Even the second line, like, is not as strong as it should be.
Dude, Crosby, Gensel, okay, sick. Malkin, but he's hurt, right? And then you have great support players in Rust and Zucker, and then after that, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, Jared McCann's been okay, but he's not the answer. No. Zach Aston-Reese has been good, but he's not the answer.
No.
It really drops off for the Penguins. Even on defense, they look weak, man.
Yeah, they do. Like, I don't know. It's an obsession with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't know if it was Rutherford that just, like, really was obsessed with getting expensive defense like Eric Branson and Michael Matheson. I don't like that trade, like.
I don't like Matheson at all.
Remember when they got Jack Johnson too? Like, I don't know what's their obsession with getting older defensemen with cap, but they did not need that. And I'm a big fan of John Morano. I think he's a good young player that's kind of snuck up in the league where he's kind of overlooked, but I think
They've signed him to a fat extension.
Yeah, and I think it's a good call. Honestly,
they need it.
He's proving himself. He only has 7 points, but he's contributing other aspects to the team too. Like last year, in his whole career is in plus 19. He's a plus 2 right now in the season. But honestly, he's a pretty decent defenseman, and he's very young. He's only 23. He's gonna grow. Marcus Peterson, he has a hefty contract. He's not a hefty contract, but a long contract. So
he's good though. He's steady.
He is steady
watched
too.
Him play.
He's pretty young as well, Marcus Peterson.
Yeah.
So.
I was reading that they might be looking at goaltenders because Jari's been shaky, and DeSmith, is an okay backup.
Yeah, DeSmith he's performed, but like, is he a starting goaltender if Jari gets out? Right.
They need a goalie. They need a goalie for sure.
So who are some possible goalies that they could go with? Georgiev?
I don't think the Rangers trade in the division like that.
Very true. I've also heard James Reimer for grabs.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Not a James Reimer fan?
Well, I mean, as much as I can be.
You know who else is on the
David Ayres?
Yeah, David Ayres. That's who they need, man. Zamboni driver. Yeah. Clean the ice and stop pucks for them.
Who else? I could tell that's a sensitive name for you. Who else? David
he's stuck in my head. I can't get him out. Who was it? Chris Drieger?
Oh, Drieger's sick, man.
Yeah, he's on the trade bait list, which is weird. And he's only being paid $850,000. That's perfect for the Penguins they have a few guys with cap on them. Pick up a guy like that. Like, I don't know if he's just succeeding on Florida.
He is. I've picked him up in fantasy a few times this year, and
so have I.
He usually pulls through for me.
Yeah,
but he's got a crazy history. Like how his career. He's 26. Where did he play? He was in the freaking ECHL last year, bro.
So what happened? What was?
Or 2018, not last year. 2018.
He must have switched from Bud Light to Molson or Miller.
Yeah.
And then his game improved for sure.
It's crazy, man, his career. He started off with the Sens, and then he went to the AHL, the ECHL. Like, he was playing in all these different leagues, and then, boom, Florida Panthers, and he's been great for them, man.
The Florida Panthers. Man.
But lucky for them, Bobrovsky has played well. So that's why I think Drigger's available. I don't think they need him.
Yeah, for sure. He's a good backup, too, for Bobrovsky. Or even he can start any night too.
He could start. I think for a good team that needs a goalie, he can start
for sure. And also, there's another guy that I'm looking at right now, another Toronto Maple Leafs legend, Stanley Cup champion, Jonathan Bernier. Did you think that I was gonna say that?
Well,
I gave him a good intro there.
Bernier, huh?
He's fifth on the trade bait list.
Who else do they have? Calvin Picard, eh? I don't know about that. He's hurt though right now, Bernier.
Oh, is he? So
yeah, he's hurt, right?
Okay, I'm not sure. He's being paid $3 million, which is pretty cheap contract.
Yeah, Pittsburgh needs one of these guys,
right? Any goalie really that can help them out instead of DeSmith.
It's DeSmith.
Like DeSmith has actually had a pretty decent season, but you can't rely on him.
I pick him up when they play against Buffalo.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Any goalie is good against Buffalo.
Man. All right. Bruins.
Honestly, I don't think Bruins do anything.
No.
I don't think so. I think they try to hold it out, and I did think before that they were gonna trade DeBrusk, but that doesn't make sense. He's still young. It doesn't. He's still too young to do that. He's struggling this season, but what if he has an explosive year next year and he works extra hard in the offseason?
I feel like it's always dumb to trade an under 25-year-old who's having a down season. I think that's just an easy way to make yourself look bad.
For sure. He's proven himself in previous seasons, 43 points, 42 points, 35 points. He's only has 7 points in 23 games, but he's just going through a slump right now, and I think the team is going through a slump. I mean, not having the guys like Chara or anything like that, but there's one guy I can actually see them getting is Matthias Ekholm, where I think Ekholm has been taken off. Oh no, he's number 11 now. He's not as high on the trade rate list because Nashville's making that push now, and they're close to making the playoffs, or they're at the very edge of the playoff in their division. But
yeah, they're not going to sell off.
I could see maybe adding a defenseman because they don't have Chara this year, right? So, and they don't have Krug, so maybe that's the guy. They're playing a lot of their younger defensemen. So
defenseman would be good for them,
right? Any defenseman that David Savard, David Savard is gone up to number 1 on the trade bait list.
Yeah, Savard would fit for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think so too. Any defense that's up for grabs right now for sure for the Boston Bruins. That's the only thing they really need, but they don't even need to do that, I don't think, because where are they in the state? They're right with the Rangers right now. So I think they can hold it out. They've proven to be a good team, even though I despise the Boston Bruins. I give them credit for how they're holding themselves without Chara and Krug. So we'll see what happens with them.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with Boston. A while ago, I read that they were looking to add a forward, but I look at the list now; it doesn't make sense. Just keep DeBrusk. Keep DeBrusk. Add a top 4 D-man and just hold. Yeah,
I agree. I totally agree. That's all they need to do, and they'll be fine.
I don't think a David Savard would come across as expensive.
No, second round pick or a prospect. Not an extreme prospect.
How long is Rask hurt for?
That's the question. They have Halak,
who's been been kind of meh,
but he has proven in the past. I mean, Rask has only played 15 games. I don't know if he's hurt right now. I'm not sure.
He is. He's on IR.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Like they could go for a goalie as well. Like just on the back end, I feel like that's where they could improve. Maybe trade Halak, or I don't see them trading Rask, but trade Halak if he's not doing well right now.
There's a lot of those like fringe goalies available right now, right?
Yeah.
Like Reimer, Bernier, Drieger,
Kemper,
even Jonathan Quick, Kemper.
yeah.
Quick's
Merzlikins.
expensive though. Yep. You had Gorgiev. I mean, there's lots of guys to look at. It's just about who's going to fit financially and what, the other team wants from them. I don't see like the Rangers trading Gorgiev to Boston. I don't see Carolina trading to Boston. It'll probably be a goalie coming up from the West.
Yeah, for sure. I think so too. Kemper, Arizona.
Yep.
Pretty decent fit.
And then Arizona can get back a piece, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I honestly, if anything, I think they're holding. I don't think they're making any trades at the deadline. I could be wrong.
It would be stupid to trade DeBrusque.
It would be. You're gonna miss out on a great player, I feel.
He's their only top 6 forward under 25.
Right, so he's kind of essential.
I'm a liar. Pasternak.
Oh yeah, Pasta's already established as a top player in the league.
Nasty player.
I love Pasta.
So stupid good.
Pasta's so good, man. Did you see him where he's like, I had to talk to media. We were doing Barbie Girl in the dressing room.
Dude, he's funny, man.
He is. He's a good character on the team.
I like Pasta. I don't like Boston, but I like Pasta. Carried me to the number 1 trophy last year in fantasy hockey.
Really, Pasta, eh?
Yeah, Pasternak was sick.
All right, should we move on to the Capitals?
Caps, yeah, last team. They're kind of a dud though when it comes to speculation. I don't see them doing anything big.
I don't think so either, and they don't really need anything.
A goalie.
A goal. Actually, I saw something recently with Lundqvist saying it's not out of the picture where he comes back this season.
That'd be nice for them,
right? A nice veteran goalie. He's experienced. He's been to a Stanley Cup final, and the Capitals are already an insane team. Like they're leading the division right now.
Yeah, they've got cap issues, man.
They do. So
and Ovechkin and Verana. Verana's going to be an RFA, and Ovechkin's going to be UFA at the end of this year.
How are they going to sign? I don't know if Verana's coming back.
You might need to dump like an Oshie. I don't know.
Yeah, I like Oshie. He's a sneaky player.
Look at their contracts, man. So many big contracts.
Who's their biggest contract?
Well, Ovechkin's at 9.2, but then Kuznetsov 7.8, Oshie 5.7, Tom Wilson 5.1, Ehlers is at 3.5. That's an overpayment. Verana's making 3.5. He's gonna want to raise, or 3.3. Sorry.
See, like,
and then oh man,
I think Tom Wilson might be a little overpaid.
Hagelin and Panic both make 2.75.
Oof.
That's a struggle,
especially
and
for
then
Panic.
Defense. Exactly, defense, dude. Carlson makes $8 million. Okay, he's one of the best defensemen in the league.
Oh, he's insane in
Orlov,
fantasy.
5.1.
Yeah, that's a top 4 defense. Yeah.
Brendan Dillon 3.9.
So
I mean, Justin Schultz is having a good year, but
so are they even able to get a goaltender?
They'd have to go for somebody on like a really cheap deal, and they'd have to send something back.
Under a mil, they'd have to go for, or even
I don't know, like maybe. I don't see them trading with the Rangers, but something that makes sense in my head is maybe they go and they get like a Gorgiev, and they send back like a Lars Eller.
Yeah, I can see that Lars Eller going. He's been there for a while. But yeah, I don't think Vanacek or Samsonov can really hold it up in the playoffs. They don't really have the experience.
Samsonov is going to be really good.
Yeah,
even Vanacek is going to be really good. But like, what's Vanacek's
They have had a good start to their career right now. This is the good start to their career. They're going to be insane in the future, but right now they can't hold the Washington Capitol team against other.
teams. They need a veteran for the playoffs
for sure. Like, I don't know, like any guys that they can consider on the trade bait list, but.
there's so many fringe goalies available.
There is, yeah, and like if it's a cheap contract, why not go for it? I think I can say Vanacek and Drieger and Kakkonen on Minnesota have been very surprising this year.
There's been a lot of really good young goalies that have showed up this year. Lankinen.
Yeah, it's weird.
Sorokin.
It's like a trend this year that's, like you
even Demko.
Demko's been insane. It sucks at what happened with the COVID, but
it does.
But yeah, I maybe a goalie, but it had to be a really cheap contract. I don't really know who has a really cheap contract except for Drieger. He's at $850K. But yeah, the other guys like Kemper, he's even at 4.5. They can't afford that. Merzlikins is at $4 million. They can't do that.
Can't afford that.
I don't know. Do they hold on to the goalies they have and just try to ride it out and see what happens?
You might. I mean, like they both have like pedigree. It's not like they're bus. Hopefully Lundqvist comes back. I mean, that'd be nuts. But
man, yeah. Then they're set because he's on a cheap contract too. So
yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Sure.
Other than that, though, I don't think Washington can make a lot of moves. I don't think anybody's going to be willing to take on a big contract like with Oshie or
no. But hey, look,
Schultz.
They're already doing amazing. Maybe it'll just work out for them. It's worked out.
Yeah, no, the team by no means is bad. It's just some of these contracts are gonna look bad pretty soon.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's everybody in the East.
Yeah, that's the East Division right there, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think's winning the East Division?
Islanders.
I can see Islanders winning. I can see them going far in the playoffs too.
Dude, I'd love to see them in the Cup final.
They'd be interesting. For sure.
I mean, the Capitals are they're tied. Capitals and Islanders are tied at 54 points apiece.
Yeah. I can see them topping
It's
them. The Islanders have
one of those
goaltenders.
teams. Yeah, the Pens are not that far behind.
Nope. For sure. I can see the Bruins and the Rangers jumping up in a few days too. So
it's a battle for that fourth spot, man.
It is.
The Bruins, Rangers, and Flyers are all right there.
That's for a lot of divisions too. It's a battle for that final spot. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Yeah. No. Good episode today.
Yeah, pretty good. We'll probably have another one out soon too, doing another division before the trade deadline comes out.
Yeah, maybe we can try and squeeze the West and Central into an episode together, and we'll be really quick.
Yeah, for sure. We'll make it a little shorter for the people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. You want to take us out?
Sure. Thank you guys for listening so much to the Fourth Liners podcast. We have a lot of fun doing this. It's just two buddies talking hockey, and we really enjoy it, and we really love seeing your interaction. And
buddy.
What was that, Bryce?
What?
What would you say?
I said buddy.
Buddy.
Just buddies talking hockey.
Just buddies talking hockey. Double.
Molson Canadian.
No Bud Light. Bud Light's not allowed.
Ugh.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Sorry about for the long wait for the next podcast. We were just busy with school and everything else in life. Hope everyone's staying safe and just de-stress, listen to our podcast, and thank you guys. Have a great day.
You watching the Oilers game tonight?
That's a question. Who are they playing?
I know. I'm asking. Ottawa.
Yeah. I'll tune in. I have nothing else to do.
I got Nurse, Barry, and Nugent Hopkins all playing, so I have to watch it.
Man, those are some Norris trophy candidates.